I think so, yeah.
Everything seems fine. So we're back here now. We're set, and we're going to get into this Protoss versus Protoss series here. Classic 28-29 versus Protoss, not the best record, and 17-16 this year. Uh-oh.
Yeah, not the best record here, but still a very good player. I feel like he's on the upswing out of his slump. I feel like that win yesterday against Rogue, a very good Zerg player, will help him get that confidence back. We saw him lose a game. I feel like he won, I don't remember exactly, but I think he won the first game and then lost the second game. We were concerned about his confidence, but then he was fine. He won 3-1. Hope that brings it into round of 8 as well.
Yeah, we can hope. Look at the record from San. Not playing against the best players in the world, but, you know, the European players are getting better and better. Definitely the closest to Korea that we've got. He's 103-56 this year. And versus Protoss, 46-32. A pretty positive record. And some of those Protoss we've got over there in Europe are pretty stellar. So, you know, just keep that in mind. His record is, it's a bit tainted, I guess, in a sense, but you know, it's more solid than Classic. He's winning more of the time. And it's just the caliber of opponents that's different.
Yeah, very true.
All right, these two players seem ready to go. We're going into our first Protoss versus Protoss here of the round of 8. Let's find out which one of these two players is going to take the lead. Will it be Classic or will it be San from Europe? Let's find out right now.
SK텔레콤 T1 Classic 김도우 vs 요이 플래시 울브스 산 강초원.
Up here in the top left, in the red, Protoss player from SK Telecom, it's Classic.
And to the bottom right in blue for Yaoi Flash Wolves, representing Taiwan, Europe, and Korea all in one. It's San.
Cross spawns here on Nimbus.
Yeah, so a bit of a longer rush distance. This map pool for this best of 5 is pretty big. You know, not a whole lot of early aggression. I don't think we're going to see in this best of 5, not too often here. It's going to be pretty macro-oriented, which is not always San's strongest point. He's a pretty aggressive player. We'll see if he can make this his own. You know, so you take this series and meld it. You know, take these bigger maps and try to make something of it. Classic probably pretty happy with how the maps went.
Yeah. San himself banning out Overgrowth, one of our 2-player maps here. One of our small arming compared to going cross spawns on Nimbus or like Deadwing or something.
Yeah. Good point. All these players starting off with gateway openers right off the bat. And we'll see about how, you know, how does San want to open here? Because I feel like he's going to be the aggressive one in almost every one of these games. Is he going to do Blink Stalker aggression? Does he want to, you know, do some sort of aggressive timing off of 2 bases? With Colossi, try to stop a 3rd base. You know, what sort of games are we going to have here? I mean, Classic is not really known to cheese except when he's playing against a foreigner and the foreigner's first time playing in Pro League.
Pretty true, yeah. But, you know, throwing a best of 5 series, we haven't seen Classic play in many best of 5 series. Maybe he does it in 1 game, but still it doesn't really seem like his style. You are right. Both of these players throwing on a cybernetic score. Somehow Classic was able to get it out a bit sooner.
Yeah.
Having 1 less probe here. And some more gas.
Yeah, he added his 2nd gas a little bit faster. San favoring a little bit of extra mineral income to get that extra probe. And that's how they differ, I guess, if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty on it.
And Stargate.
Rushed Stargate 2 before Warp Gate research, and that's where that faster gas goes towards. Gonna get his Mothership core out 2 first before that Warp Gate research. And then Twilight Council goes down for San. So already starting to see what we might have expected. With a Blink aggression coming out here.
Yeah. Already see this probe coming out of San. Wants to scout out where exactly Classic is so he can put on the aggression. Classic is about to find San, so he can know where to send his oracles. Runs away from the Mothership Core, does not go down.
Almost went down, but no info, no scout in the main base. Knows only spawning location. And he's going to keep that Mothership Core here to deny any further scouting. Phoenix, not Oracle, actually.
Wow. Okay. So he's going to send it straight over there. And look at this. Dark Shrine.
Uh-oh. Where is it placed?
It looks like it's in the main. Yeah.
There's
nothing outside.
The Phoenix will see this inevitably. It should be able to get detection up. This is a really aggressive Phoenix opening. It's really fast. It's good for scouting. And maybe he's even expecting a very fast Oracle opening out of his opponent.
Yeah, wow, this is going to be scouted out so fast. Phoenixes get across the map just incredibly fast. We already see the pylon coming down out of San for those DTs, but it looks like Classic's actually going to scout that as well with this probe. And he's about to get the first inkling that this is happening right now.
Sees it, clicks it. He knows what's up. Now will he add a robo?
Just makes...
Or just get an Oracle. I mean, that's like going to work for you for a decent amount of time. Blink has started. I don't think he'll cancel the Dark Shrine, though. We see players sometimes transition when their Dark Shrine is scouted by just adding Blink and still trying to get a little bit done with the DTs because they're going to be useful later.
Classic shows his Nexus. I think it was pretty obvious sending up the probe anyway. And here are the Phoenixes just waiting. The Oracle's going to pop out and will be used for detection.
Yeah, he's just going to wait and keep checking to see when that blur comes nearby. He's not even making a DT. He actually starts at Templar Archives.
Wow. That is a really fast Templar Archives. That's
now
for sure.
All he needs is a Stargate, and he's got the whole set.
And a robotics facility.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So much tech off of such little economy. See what he ends up doing with that. He might want to get some Templar out here for some Archons and then maybe some feedbacks on the Phoenixes.
Yeah. Phoenixes scout out that Templar Archives.
Just one high Templar to get a feedback off here. Got to be really careful with that, though.
Smartly, though, uses all of his energy here, and he's going to be able to get away. Gets some kills as well. Makes another high Templar here. Probably going to morph that into an Archon. Maybe keep it separate for now. Yeah,
I think you're exactly right. Maybe drop the feedback first if you can. Maybe even get that second feedback if possible. Here he comes over with those high Templar. And not a whole lot of energy on these Phoenixes. Phoenixes are, you know, those units that you want to keep their energy low. You want to constantly be spamming their spells. So it's hard to get a kill on something like this. And, oh, he just made the Archon right before the Oracle comes in. Ouch.
Gets 3 kills, gets away, and that's already up to 10 kills. That's so many. I just saw a DT being made. There it is. It's going to try to go in here, but Classic is so ready.
Well, let's see if he is, because if he doesn't notice this right away, he doesn't even try to run through. I think he might have been able to get in there, honestly.
Yeah, didn't look like Classic was really paying attention, but did have the Observer at least, so...
It probably would have been able to chase it down, but might have lost a sentry, maybe a few probes, but I guess better safe than sorry in this case. Well, worker count pretty significantly in favor of Classic. I would argue the tech is as well.
And he's already getting more kills. I mean, he did get the Nexus out a little bit later, which is something that San does have going for him, but it doesn't look like it's mattering too much. Gets 2 more kills. Is that Oracle going to go down? The Blink comes out. Oh, 20 health.
Yeah, 2 more shots, but not good enough. +1 is nearly done here for Classic. He has that edge. His Twilight Council is coming up here. And you might be saying, well, Wolf, didn't you just say the tech was better for Classic? I feel like the Phoenix tech is more relevant for now. The Twilight Council tech isn't too useful right now. The Blink hasn't been too useful, even in defense. The Dark Shrine hasn't accomplished anything for him. So the tech that Classic has now that's coming out here, the Templar Archive he's getting, is now relevant tech. It actually matters. And he's going to be able to use it to defend this third base, whereas the tech that San has gotten has just been a bit awkward and just all over the place. Hasn't really accomplished much for him this game.
Yeah, all it really did was provide a little bit better defense on the Oracle. I mean, it still allowed the Oracle to get some kills, so not really doing much there. Classic cleaning up the pylon. Should be pretty safe. Templar Archive's about to finish. Charge getting started here for Classic. Wants to move into that Charge Light Archon.
+2 coming out. very quickly, right on the dot there.
Yeah, a lot of Carnivus being used here by Classic on the upgrades. We'll be ahead of San in that factor.
San is getting his own third again behind Classic, and he's trying to build an army that's going to end up being formidable. It's just problematic that Classic has such a huge lead on him in workers, 13 workers up right now, and that's a lot of where you see that supply difference come into play. He's just got so many extra workers, so he can make a better army faster.
Yeah, and keep in mind, guys, we talked about this in the past, or in the last game, the army supply is actually broken.
Yes.
So it's exactly the same here. So don't really pay too much attention to that.
I totally forgot to tell production about that, actually.
Wow. A couple of feedbacks come out on hallucinations, and...
Oh, I didn't even know that worked, actually. That's crazy, actually. That's really funny.
San wasting a bit of energy, I guess.
Well, eliminates those scouts eventually. High Temple energy not the most important in this matchup, generally speaking. But it's just funny nonetheless, you know.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world. Okay, well, worker count still is significantly in favor of Classic right now. Not as much as before, but he's been able to use that to build a larger army.
There's that army supply. We just saw that Classic was at 41 while San is at 30. So I guess you can say that if you want to look at that number for now before we get it fixed, that's basically the army supply of the guy who has more army supply. So if you want to know Classic's army supply, it's now 57.
Yeah.
Got +2 about to finish here for Classic. Also has a bunch of gateways about to power up here. He's going to go straight into +3. He's not going to try to attack a +2 just yet. He's got a full energy mothership core with this as well. We'll be able to throw down 2 time warps when it comes to the fight here. Do see 2 Immortals in this mix and 4 Archons here for Classic. So he's got 2 more Archons. Oracle comes back here and does a little bit more damage. Somehow squeaking out more damage. San does find the Observer of Classic right now and is on the chase, but isn't able to quite catch up to it.
Well, we are going to see a bit of a Warp Prism drop over here with some Zealots, it looks like. And there is a cannon and 2 Stalkers, so he should be able to defend it, but may force him to warp into a few additional units. The units he'll want to have at home at front to defend this big push that's coming out. +3 is on the way for Classic. I don't think he's going to hesitate and wait for that, although he could. You know, he could just keep getting his army set up, and while he's trying to get a good position, eventually get that +3 out here. We'll see how this happens.
Here comes the drop. 4 Zealots in, immediate Nexus Cannon, and a huge warp in here by Classic, but the Warp Prism goes down.
Good target there by San. And all those Zealots, though, that got canceled now are here. Going to be used to warp in at this location. And let's see how this fight ends up turning out. He's got a lot of Zealots to tank up here. San does. Those Immortals at the back are doing a lot of extra damage, though I'm not so sure if he'll break through. But you know what? With reinforcements coming, this is actually a really close fight.
He has the closer Zealots here. But finally, Classic Zealots come through on that pylon. I didn't realize that was his pylon, and that's just way too many Zealots. And you see the supply drop here for San. Takes out the Mothership Core as well, and he's on the chase with a ton of Chargelets now.
And those Immortals in the back were just doing so much for him. There's a snipe on the DT there as well as the Observer goes down now. And +3 is about to finish. A few more Warpins here might actually seal the deal for Classic. He's got so much money. He's just had the better economy for this entire game. Even having this Oracle in here to add some extra damage to the Zealots.
Yeah, it's not bad. Looks like he was thinking about sending it to that backdoor base, but looks like he'll just keep it with it for now. Stalker coming out here just poking. He's going to blink back.
Yeah. This is a good concave here for San. I just don't know if it's going to matter with this many Archons and a Colossus now joining the battle. There's some extra AoE plus the +3. He needs to engage right now if he wants to have that advantage, though. Another warp in behind this. He's just going to fight right into the concave. Even the Oracle's adding in for the extra damage here.
The other Colossi in the back as well. That one Colossus doing so much damage, and he's just wiping San here. GG.
Very well played. Fangirl's screaming here.
Yeah. Got some SP21 Classic fans here.
Classic sticking with his team, man. He's sticking hard.
Yeah, has that GSL pin as well.
Yeah, he's a GSL champion, and he wants to to keep winning. He wants to get more money.
Yeah. Very well played for the map. I liked his build. You know, the Stargate tech going straight into Phoenix is very fast. Getting over to the base of San, he was able to get that scouting information, saw the DTs. The DTs did nothing, absolutely nothing. They were sunk costs. And then from there, Classic was able to do so much damage with the follow-up Oracle and the Phoenixes.